start the stream exactly. Okay.
Yeah, you can start anytime. I'm ready.
Okay.
It is up to decide.
A very good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to our new episode of Perspective. Today, we are delighted to have Mr. Niladri Mitra, sir, during his career associated with many a first when offshore operations in India started in 1978 and thereafter bringing automation to offshore operation at par with prevailing international practices and standards in ONGC. Subsequently, when the field matured, he was again in the thick of the things in redevelopment exercises of Mumbai High, Hira field and other marginal fields and bringing new technologies, new dimensions of working in the field to maximize upon production and recovery factor. Also, he managed JVS and TCS comprising of 1/3 of the total workforce of the company and also managed the horizontal interactions and intervention with other directorate and administrative minister. As a Chief Technical Services, RIL, his accountability lies giving in the organization an edge to the offshore front through managing the roles and responsibilities of complete drilling and completion operations in the deepwater offshore field. At the stage of his career, through his acquired knowledge, wisdom, and world view to steer a major E&P company for achieving future years of production operations from existing to new and marginal field, as well as putting in place new contemporary sound business practices and paradigms in the area of marketing, joint venture, and production sharing contacts. Presently, he is working with GSPC as a COO as overall responsibility for oil gas field, mainly HPHT natural gas, Deen Dayal field of the KG basin, which needs exotic completion material, hydrofracturing, and well fluid contains H2S and CO2. Depth of the well is around 5,700 meters. Sir is also the author of 3 books: Fundamental of Floating Production System, Principle of Artificial Lift, 1 Mile Oil and Gas. We welcome you, sir, and we're heartily grateful to have you with us today.
Yeah, may I add you? So I have left SPC. I am working with as a chief advisor, Deepwater construction company US, McDermott as a chief advisor. So Deepwater development are looking after it. So I want to share my Deepwater experience both in ONGC, Deepwater Reliance, as I was there as almost more than 4 years and 5 years in GSPC. I also faculty in various IITs and I conduct research training courses of different issues, deep water, hydrofracturing, artificial lift, design of pipeline. And I have recently written 2 books on hydrofracturing, high temperature, high pressure work, and digital oil and gas spill and artificial intelligence. I teach these subjects in IIT ISM Dhanbad. Can you start my first slide?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have started the presentation. Kindly ping me up.
Next slide. Next slide.
Yes, sir. I have changed it. You may start. Hello, sir.
Yes, kindly go for next slide.
So subsea completion system typical. I've changed it, sir.
You go next slide. This is the first slide. Go to second slide, kindly.
So I've changed the slide, sir.
It has not come in the screen, sir.
The second slide is supposed to be what is subsea system, sir?
Next slide, subsea system. Go.
Yes, sir. I'm on that slide only, sir, currently.
It is not seen in the screen. How can I read it now? There is some technical problem there, I think.
So I have changed to the third number slide, that is subsea completion system.
Nothing is coming. Nothing is coming. How can I read?
So I'm sharing the screen again. Just wait for a minute. So is it visible now?
No. call a basically deep water well, and you go more than 1200 meters, this is called a ultra deep water well. So India relies most of the wells are in the deep water. Now they are developing our series and satellite and other satellite. They are all in the ultra deep water well. ONGC fields are some of the Jiva, GS15 now, S1, Vasishta, they are all shallow water well. And but 98/2 they are deep water wells. So generally deep water wells are exploited based on what types of rig has to be moved. Is a floater or is a drill or is a semi. So depends, semi a lot of stability problem, dynamic positioning there, but all the cases dynamic positioning are essential for both floaters and drill ship. Semi also. So semi, some of the development wells tried in India, but only semi generally not much work in the ONGC early stages. Some of the wells were drilled semi. So semi rental cost was very high at that time. That is, I'm telling you, 2007 and 2008, the cost is very high, 8,000, 5,800, 8,000, 80,000, $5,80,000 per day was rent was done. Now it has come down $2,50,000 per day. Next slide. Next slide.
Yes, I changed it. Is it visible?
Again, third slide has not come.
So just wait for a few seconds.
In subsea completion, I just I am here looking for a development wells. Say when they are completed the subsea well completion, there are two parts. One is the upper completion and the lower completion. Lower completion basically it may be a pre-drill liner or slotted liner. Maybe this is standalone screen for gravel pack wells or expandable screen or open hole carbon pack are there. Case hose completion, pre-pack pack system was there. The window has to be open. These are all prevalent in GSPC because D6 field of sand problem was there. So before that, this well has to be completed with a packer. Well will be hanged here, and top part is called upper completion. Go next.
Yes, sir. So is it visible?
Only third slide is visible, fourth slide has not come.
So wait for a few seconds.
You could have told me, I could have put it from here, it will be much faster. So you could have told me in the morning, I took it a pen drive, I could have downloaded my from main computer to a laptop. Well, I thought that you will be appropriate from your side, so you can learn something from here. So that's why I send you. Okay. There are various types of gravel packs are there. So for doing gravel pack, you need to have a sieve analysis of gravel, selection of gravel, and there are grains of gravels are there. So after selection of gravel, so process is that it will be open hole gravel pack or is a cast hole gravel pack. So how gravel is going to placed in the casing, behind the casing. It may be direct circulation, it may be reverse circulation, it may be alternate path circulation. So Reliance has done in the alternate path circulation in some of the wells recently. Or they have gone for reverse circulation. And ONGC do basically reverse circulation only now, because they don't have much horizontal well, but they have angular well. In our series, our Reliance 7 wells are there. So some of the wells are water are very near. So it requires very accurate gravel packing, because this has a problem in gravel packing. So subsidence problem, water encroachment and field ultimately production gone down from 60 SCMD to something around 3 million. Now it is not producing. There are case tools, there may be pre-pack. With the pre-pack, there are different stuff pre-pack are there. So the gel pack is that. So gel is that carry the fluid, because carry gravel, they have the viscosity to carry the fluid. So of the fluid in selection such a way that the compatibility should not be problem with the other completion fluid, and in future and water cut will be there, that has to be looked into there. Then pre-pack water pack those there. So the low rate water pack, high rate water pack. When you see RDS field this type of completion. Next slide.
Yes, for completion. So is it visible?
It is not visible. Next slide has not come.
Wait for a few seconds kindly.
In upper completion, basically this consists of a tubing hanger, production tubing, and say some of the things are in there. So that is a subsurface control valve. So they are installing the system last packer which is installed in the upper completion. So they should go. So nowadays, in onshore and offshore, this is a mandatory practice outside the world. So it is India, Rain Energy has done in India well, because they have a lot of things to be done in the well. So they have to lower this submersible pump, electrical. They have to lower the jet pump, because highly viscous oil. So to inject high temperature for, so they have to inject polymer. When Christmas is a complicated Christmas tree, so many you go to control line for control valve. You have to lower fiber optic cables for monitoring the pressure, temperature for intelligent well. So that's why, to avoid the so he have to do man drills. Through man the fiber optic goes there. So it have to stand, and man drill is 100% foolproof. Either the temperature tested, it is the pressure tested, it goes through the packer, is throws the hanger, is clamped, the cables are clamped 10 meters in the tubing. Next slide.
Yes, sir. Upper completion, yes, sir.
Yeah. Subsurface safety valve, basically as per API practice, recommended practice, RP14C. So it is two layers of safety. One is subsurface safety valve, another is surface safety valve. So they close at a particular pressure interval, design of the well, certain bottom pressure. So they close after one after another, maybe after maximum 1 minute. So they should get close. So it should get a 2 layer of safety. In offshore, all the wells require 2 levels of safety. Subsea valves and BOP, basically inside the mud is there to get a 2 levels of safety. spoon also inside the drill pipe and other things. There's some valves are there to get two levels of. Go ahead, next slide.
Yes, sir. Subsea cross Xmas tree. So is it visible?
Not visible.
Wait for a few seconds kindly, sir.
It is not seen. Next slide to come. I have to complete by 4 o'clock. I had another meeting is there. Because it is very slow. This is not moving this slide. Some problem. Can you call some IT guy who can help you?
Yes, sir. We are on it, sir.
He's taking too much time, sir.
Yes.
Too much time. It's 3 minutes every slide you're taking. 30 slide will take 90 minutes. So I have a meeting, sir.
Extremely sorry, sir.
We're not able to discuss other point also. Schedule meeting. That's why I called you 30 and I have a schedule meeting. Reliance has used horizontal Christmas tree. Main disadvantage is that for is the safety barrier. When you're removing the BOP, you don't need safety, basically safety. So you have one level of safety, but this is a problem is there. Whereas where we expect a lot of workovers are expected because sand control wells and high viscous well required to have a flow control system. So there are only two plugs at top of the plugs are there. They install after completing the Christmas tree. So they are easy to do any well intervention job. Their height of the Christmas tree is also small. So compared to vertical Christmas tree. There is some PNID is given for when there is high production is there in one field is there in Norway. Now it is production has stopped. The per well is to produce 10 million MMSCMD gas, where tubing size is 9558. So for doing that thing, you require to have a horizontal subsea wellhead and Christmas tree. So a little weight is less subsea Christmas tree for horizontal well as to vertical well. So it contains different things like production mustard valve and annulus valve, then annulus tubing valve, tubing full production line. All these production in the subsea, they have two numbers of mustard valve. You automatically get closed with a subsurface safety valve. When both in valve also have a subsurface hydraulic control, surface safety control valve. They will show the how they are controlled later. And annulus also have a shutdown valve or hydraulic. Basically, we use it hydraulic. Pneumatic you can be used some of the platform-based system, but it's not desirable for subsea system. Because this is the actuator. This is Cameron actuator. So it's a gate valve. So the spring-loaded gate valve. So it is a close valve. It is a fail to close valve. So see, subsea actuator install all one mustard valve, wing valve, annulus valve also. This is a subsea connector. So when you're connecting the doing for workover, for riser installation, doing workover floaters, and a well is complete in the bottom. So connectors are used. So for installing connectors, unlock compared to the lock 25% better capacity increases here in the size of the Christmas tree wellhead diameter. Mechanical compound is also there. It can be stabbing type, but basically hydraulic one is much better. The hydraulic connectors give it a hydraulic pressure. So both are tubing retrievable Christmas tree. Mechanical cuts are mechanical function to tubing retrievable Christmas tree. There are various types of connectors are there. Hydraulic mechanical connector, wallet latching type. So gay and push and latch it. And there is H4 connector. These connectors are relatively described in the as per ISO code 13,628-4 and 13,628-7 for requirement or compliance of the riser string. This is a Deepwater wellhead. So these are the one Christmas line here. This is one is the 1338 by casing. This is 958 casing. This is in 1834 wellhead housing. It is a standard one. You can't change it. So it's a ratchet is there, so its hookup is there, so connectors are connected area. So this is the wellhead, this is the casing hanger is there. So it is when you can give a rough idea. In this area, two plugs are there in horizontal Christmas tree. So this is the guide-based system. the drilling hole for conductors. So these are through this one hole goes there. So it's installed there. This is onshore. This is also control line stabbing area. Through that is lowered and the cables are goes through here. So through guideways here enter easy to enter in the Christmas tree is as possible. This is one type of deepwater wellhead. So this is called mud mat and install on it. So the mud different types I'll show you later. So these are the different types of casing latches are there. So different casing latches is there. These are the clamping as there. This is a instead of collet catch, this is a flange catch. Flange camp locking is there. This is a typical subsea Christmas tree for Reliance. This is the flow control module. So there is the ultrasonic flow meters are there. So any sand here, it will give a detection. This wells is started because all our wells are gravel pack wells. The general assembly of subsea Christmas tree. This is flow control system. This is surface control manifold. This is hydraulic and both electrical control. A re-entry mantle is there, so a latching is there in a horizon. So this is the flow line hubs. It is connected is here. This is I show you the ultrasonic meters are there. It is shutdown valves are there. Okay, so are connected here. This is the control panel sit there. So latching purpose. So that one will tell you. This is a subsea running tool. So this is a subsea running tool. So this is remote operated vehicles. So drivers are where when water depth is more, where a driver can go up to 120 meters. In Mumbai High, this water depth is maximum 90 to 95 meter maximum. That is in the Deepwater. So their driver assistance is possible. But water is ROV operated out there. These are the hydraulic jumpers are there. The ROV gabler bars. So all the bars has to be installed. So that driver remote operated driver, so they connect it there for staff there. So for different operating principle. So mechanical override nodes are there for IFCO. This is the extra cylinder. This is a control system is there. This is a hydraulic penetrator through these different cables. Maybe through this chemical injection is there. Through this hydraulic fluid goes there, which operates the subsusceptible. These may be control lines for subsusceptible, control line for flow meter. So different types are there. So the top of it is installed there. This is a locking system there. ROV override is also there. So these are the things which are to operate for relatching. And that I'll already explained you earlier. This is subsea control module, SCM. We call it SCM. So from here, signals goes here and they operate their valves. Basically, the Reliance riser platform does not control much. They control only electronic signals. They transmit to surface. So they are manned with 20 people are there. This is riser platform. So RCD will be also connected there. This is a remote operated vehicles panel. So here it is knobs are there, different knobs are there. So you put the tools inside here. So it can be open and closed for all these things can be open and closed. So this is a divers do this operation. This is a typically type of field used in Africa. So basically Angola by done. So these are the various flow lines or individual flow. This is a drill center. So wells are connected here. Finally, it goes out from the base here. One is test loop, one is the group loop. This is another typical standalone one. This is called one lazy compression. It's called a lazy configuration. So it is isolated one. So it is not go through drill control center. It is a single well. So these are the various actuators for control valve. So these are the Christmas tree wellhead here. these are the pipeline end manifold. So they are tested in their base before sending to offshore. This is tie up with the Christmas tree. This is called basically a flow lines. This is a pre-designed. You can just hang it with a H4 member from the vessel. I'll show you next one. So these are the base support where this McDermott is also doing in Kakinada. Then they also do some amount of work in that is called L&T years. So where the we lay the lay barge, basically it is the real barge. So this about 20 numbers of pipes are weld together, test together. Then they are taken in the real barge slowly, and they wrap on the to the offshore and lay the barge. So that takes about one flow line 3 days time to complete this job. Though subsea end manifolds are used everywhere, even offshore, then where oil goes to the tanker, there is also well has to be good. Whether it should be piggable or non-piggable depend upon that. And this end manifold takes the control system. Something like pipeline, the control system also goes. The cable I show you that they had also end manifolds are there, and every 4 wells to 5 wells are connected to the manifold and then goes to a single line connected system. Somewhere it is connected to 6 wells also. Subsea manifold are instantly seabed within the area of wells to gather the production, or if you want to inject and put water and gas in 98/2 field in ONGC, where both gas injection and water injection will be there, and production will be through a floating production system, and it will be connected to a platform. This is a subsea manifold, and this is suction piles. All these structure manifold pipeline in manifold has to be installed. Pile has to be driven. That is called suction subsea suction pile. So it has been installed there. Then on top of it here, these manifolds are installed. These manifolds are installed here. This is CAT system, is the Norway system. So when you have to do workover, so they have 6 barges are there. Their capacity are the paddy is from 100 tons to 300 tons. So through a multi-support vessel, they installed it, and on the top of the Christmas tree, they install the CAT system through which they do workover in the well. Line suspension system, it is used generally drilling the well, putting the well. So these are to be get open to get more space, to work more resistant, well become stable. Sometimes it doesn't try to sink once. You have to inject cement to make it stable. So on that wellets are to be hanged in mud mat. On the top of it, here the wellet is to be installed. This is a subsea float system. These are the different types of valves connected to in the riser. So these are the part of the mud mat system. So you can see it here. This is the system. What I'm telling it, installation vessel. They lowered the and manifold, pipeline manifold. They lowered it in the subsea, and later on, driver guided it and they positioned it. I have written this four books: floating production system 2008, and artificially 2011, and this is 2016. This is 2020. With this, it is over. I go back, so you can come.
Thank you, sir.
Now you can delete this one and you can come back.
Yeah, surely, sir. Hello, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Would you kindly switch on your camera, please?
Okay?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Perfect, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. So, sir, that was a really great session we had with you, sir. We'll be really out of words to express our gratitude, and I'm sure the same would be applicable to all the viewers in the session. Session marked its presence as well as a will and will forever help the one in need. We beg pardon from our side for any problem that might have occurred. Thanking you again and thanking every viewer. We would like to end today's episode, sir. So stay safe and stay healthy. SPE PDPU signing off.
You have anything to ask?